Listen, before we get anywhere else, can I know this has been a discussion that we've had on multiple occasions this year. Um, I'm about to share a clip in regard. This has been popping up on TikTok. Again, it's another issue with the whole tipping thing. But the premise of this is, so I've mentioned before that I have dabbled into Instacart, which is like I guess grocery service type of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in Instacart, you get paid per task that you do, basically per shopping task.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's not necessarily that you get tipped, but there's already an automatic payment for it, so you're getting paid for the task. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but this is an issue in regards to the shopper literally taking everything back because the customer would not tip. If we
Yeah,
can just take a look at it, I don't know if you've seen this.
I
All right,
did. I was in the yeah, I
let
was.
let me know if you can hear it, please. Thumbs up.
No, I'm not kidding you.
What the heck?
I work too hard for my money, lady.
Okay, you work for a
Wow.
job. You're doing your job. Your job
I am
doesn't
doing my
include.
job, but I don't work for free.
I don't do.
I don't
tips.
work for free.
I
Understand?
don't do tips.
Well
Do
then, you know what?
understand?
That is just unethical of you.
It's unethical.
That's unethical and un-American of you. Understand that?
Un-American.
Un-American.
Okay, what's actually American?
Un-American.
is
You're
you-
not getting any of this. You're gonna go get it by yourself.
So you're gonna
Wow.
steal from me.
Your
You're
camera went
stealing
off.
my groceries
No,
that I
I'm not.
paid
Yeah.
for.
I'm returning
Okay.
this so that you can go and find it. You
Okay.
can go get it yourself, you lazy.
I paid an app. I
what-
paid an app for you to shop for my groceries. You are my shopper.
That's right, but
The company should pay you whatever you're worth. I'm sorry if you're not worth that much, but I don't tip,
Wow.
sweetheart. Okay, I tip my hairdresser. I don't tip somebody who this is $40 worth of groceries.
Okay, she goes. I tip my hairdresser, and I'm
I
sorry
love
if
that.
I'm wow, wow. That's just. There's two things here that I hate so far. One, I don't agree with the fact that why the hell is he going to take the groceries back? Okay, that means if he takes that back, the actual pay from the company Instacart is most likely going to take his pay back. So he's wasting his time going back and forth. Okay, and then two, who the heck is this chick thinking she is?
What do you
Can you
mean?
well, first of all, she's like, I don't tip people like you. You're my grocery shopper.
Mm.
I'm sorry if you work for a company that doesn't pay you enough. I tip my hairdresser.
Mm.
What? You're really gonna say you tip your hairdresser, but you're not gonna tip this guy who's literally taking care of your day-to-day life? Stop it. What's more if I'm gonna choose tip a hairdresser or tip somebody that's picking up my grocery for me so I don't have to go there and deal with the hassle and deal with a lot of people and the crowds and whatnot.
I think her point was, I'm already paying the app. Why do I need to tip you for? Not
She's
obliged to
already
tip
paying
you.
for the hairdresser. And then she's gonna tip too?
I think that was a sarcastic comment, whether it's
No,
true
I
or
don't
not.
think so. Well, who's to say? She said it. She didn't sound like she's messing around.
Yeah, but right. I mean, for me, it doesn't matter. It's like whether you tip your hairdresser or not. For me, look, when I first watched this, I was
Right.
like, Thank God the Philippines is not this crazy yet." I mean, really, it's like this is one of those things that I feel like lamang yung Pilipinas when it comes
Oh,
to
definitely.
like the
Definitely.
Filipinos are a little more like sort of in touch with reality in a sense that we're not that entitled. I mean, yes, we complain about low wages.
Mhm.
Yes, we complain about there's an app here that a lot of the delivery riders similar, but they don't just do groceries. They actually do like little favors here and there, whether you're going to pay for your Netflix payment, or you just want to get a new SIM card at 7-Eleven or whatever, or
Right.
get a Starbucks coffee. they do these little favors, and or you can get like a whole box of groceries, whatever it might be. Anyway, so one of these, the larger apps that we got here in the Philippines, a lot of them are actually started sort of not boycotting, but striking or not working, and started like transferring over to different other apps that quote unquote don't pay as much. Because, like, for example, what I hear from them is like they'll charge, let's say, the customer 200 pesos for the delivery,
Mm.
because they can see it that the
Right.
customer is going to get charged 200 pesos. But for them, as the delivery rider, they only get like 50, 60 pesos. So they're like, why
Well,
is
yeah,
this
typically
app?
that's how the companies how the company makes their money.
No, but that's like, for the other apps, they only get 10, 15, 20, 30%. But
Mm.
for this other app that's blown up so much, as in they go banking, they do padala, they do like a taxi service. It's like all in one app. And some of the riders are complaining that this app is getting so much versus what they're getting, but they're the ones that are actually boots on the ground.
Right.
So that's what they're complaining about. They're not complaining about the tip.
Well,
So
this guy is definitely going crazy in regards to the tip, and then to top it off, he is literally packing everything back in his car to bring back to the store.
that's where we differ so much culturally, Philippines and the US. This is a
Right.
nice little sort of microcosm. If
Right.
it was a Filipino, and I'm pretty confident to say this because either my friends have done it or I have done it myself, and I can't say like all Filipinos, obviously, but if we got something going on like this,
Mm.
we'll definitely just do the job, drop the groceries, not pack it and have this whole dramatic scene happen. We'll just drop it, leave it, and then you know what we'll do? We'll turn on like three or four other apps to make up for all that BS that we just went through because the lady didn't tip us.
Right. Well,
You
that's
know what
how
I mean? Like,
Filipinos are, though. I mean, they're literally sometimes it's just not worth the fight in regards to that. So why not find a different way? But here, I mean, people here are not going to give way in regards to that. I mean,
uh,
this guy is going
bro,
crazy in regards to the tip.
let me know if I'm misunderstanding the situation here. But what I want to, what's coming out of my mouth is like the entitlement is like over the top.
It is. It is.
It's
That's what
like,
I'm saying. I
I
mean,
don't work for free. I was like,
well,
what do you even mean? You're
well,
not working for free. You're getting paid by the app. Except what
exactly.
he actually means is I don't work without tips. So
Right.
he's working
Right.
for the tip and not for the app.
Well,
So there's just like
who's
a misunderstanding on who's actually paying. Is it the app paying him, or the tip of the customer that's paying him?
well, no, he's being a dick for being too privileged and thinking that, yeah, I'm already picking up your groceries for you without thinking that he's already getting paid through the app by that company and he's just expecting the tip. Okay. And what's driving me even insane is he actually, it's not like he's driving and buying hundreds of dollars worth of groceries. He purchased for her, the customer, $40 worth of groceries. And then if you get a tip, it's going to be what? $4? You're throwing a fit over $4? Is it worth it? And then he's going to put everything back in his car, drive back to the store, return it, which means he's not going to get paid by the company. So he's losing both ways. You know, he's losing time, energy, and then he's going to lose the pay.
So when you were doing, is it Instacart? What it's
Yeah,
called?
Instacart. Yeah.
When you were doing this, did you feel privileged, or did you feel like the customer was obliged to tip you?
No, no, I didn't. I didn't work for the tips, to be honest with you,
So where do these guys get the idea that,
because they're expecting a tip. That's the problem.
why? Where does that come from?
Because of the service they're doing. He's picking up groceries and delivering it. And he doesn't, for some reason, he can't get it through his head that, hey, you know what? I'm actually paid to do that already. But instead, I'm going to bitch about it and say, you need to give me a tip. Really?
Yeah, so where does the whole idea of you need to tip me come from? Where does that
That's
like where did
no,
that
that
even start?
That's the entitlement of people, basically, thinking that everything deserves to be tipped. Oh, sure, I'm gonna, I'm gonna do this and that for you. You should tip me. No, you're already paid for it. That's the job that he's doing. He's not getting paid by the tips. People are not required to tips. Now, to put it into perspective, on the flip side of that is you should tip. You should tip. Give me a break. This lady just literally said she is tipping her hairdresser, which cost more than what this guy she spent on this grocery to begin with. Okay.
But that's what I want to ask you. She should tip, but should anyone take it against her that she doesn't want to? I mean, that's her prerogative, right?
That is her prerogative. But at the same time, for you can't okay. I guess what's making it harder for me to take that side now is the fact that she blurts out, it sucks that you're in this job. Find a job that pays you more. I tip my hairdresser. I can't justify that. How are you going to tip your hairdresser, but not tip the person that actually took time back and away from you for you and give it to you, basically, to do this
Because
stupid errand?
if I'm siding with her, it's harder to fix my hair than to carry my groceries.
Man, I
I
don't.
mean, like if trusting my hairdresser as a woman, I would be putting my life on the line. It's like putting a razor blade. It's like
Yeah,
getting a shave if I'm going to a barber.
guys, real quick, go to youtube.com, the flip side with Jay Noel, so that you can hear the whole thing. But basically, this is entitlement from both sides. It's common courtesy to tip, but you don't have to. I agree, because it all depends on what the service is, right? Like for example, like we discussed before, if you're ordering food at McDonald's and then it's asking you for a tip right there, you don't necessarily have to tip because it's there already. That's their job. You know. Same thing with this guy. But this is harder work. It's more inconvenient and whatnot.
Is
So
it?
maybe, well, what's more convenient for you? Do you personally go to Costco to buy this grocery or pay somebody $40 to do it for you? Or pay
That's subjective, man. Like it could be fun and easy for one person. It could be difficult and annoying for another.
true.
But that's not like not everyone needs a tip, and not everyone should be obliged to tip. I
Y-
think.
I agree at some point. I agree. Okay. Like I said, I don't condone being forced to tip, but I also don't condone for the services that you're taking, at least tip a little bit.
Can't they take it out on each other on the app itself, like
Mm,
report the driver or the driver reports the
I'm sure
customer?
there I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could. But to go crazy like this and her to be basically belittle the man, it's insane. The comment is there's two sides that we're both on here. Obviously, your side and your opinion on it, and same as mine, right? Are the exact same thing. That's what's going on that 31,000 comments that's on that post right there. It's both
Yep.
two people taking both sides. You have to take both sides in regards to it. But what I'm saying is, in my case, if I'm going to provide a service that's already paid for, okay, that I'm getting paid for already, I'm not going to expect the tip. But it'd be nice if I could get a tip, especially if I'm picking up your groceries for you, you know. But when I deliver it and I don't get a tip, am I going to go crazy like this one? No, I'm going to use my brain. I'm saying it's going to cost me more if I pick up the groceries, put it back in the car, drive it back to the store, return it, and then take the payment that I'm already getting away from me. So he's losing
Or
both ways here because what he thinks that he's gonna be a big man by like shutting off this Karen in regards to not tipping. No, come on, man, that's crazy. Now her, on the other hand, this girl, she's just stupid. I'm sorry. It's your prerogative not to tip. That's fine. I personally will not hold that against you. But for you to belittle this person to say that, oh, that's your job. You find somebody else that pays you more. Yada, yada, yada. Well, I don't tip drivers, but I'm going to tip my hairdresser. Shut up. You just stop. Enough. You know, just be quiet, deal with it later, and move on. It's not gonna kill you. Jesus. Sorry. It just pisses
Puso
me
mo.
off. I
Puso mo.
know.
Puso mo.
I have worked in the customer industry for over a decade. I know how it is. Okay. I've been yelled at. I've been spit at. I've been cussed at. Man,